Okay, when you're representing the seller and the seller has few questions for you, one of the biggest questions that they have is that what is the amount that they're going to take home after all the expenses, all the fees that they have to pay to the attorney, to the listing agent, buying agent, transfer tax, and the loan amount. So to make it very easy, we created a form in your KV Core. You go to Quick Actions, LG Realty Forms, and under Listing Forms, you see Seller Listing Breakdown. You click on that. Just note that it's not editable like this. You have to click on Print, and now you can edit. So this is a real example that we were using earlier, so I want to show everybody. So when the seller says, hey, what's going to be my takeaway amount, you come to this sheet and you fill it out as following. So first is the list price. So for example, this person wants to list it for $849, right? So this is going to be the listing price, not the price that is going to be final, but this is what they're going to start off with, right? And then you have the current loan balance. This is what you have to ask them. In some cases, the amount might be zero because they paid off their loan. If the loan has not been paid off, they will tell you what's the amount. In this case, they told us that it's about $150. Okay, and then you have your transfer tax. So there is a difference if the person is in New York City or in Long Island or Nassau or Suffolk, right? Makes a huge difference. So for New York City, they would pay 1.4 plus for the New York State 0.4. So New York City seller pays total of 1.8%, right? And in this case, the house is located in Long Island, and the Long Island seller pays only total of 0.4%. So I have my calculator here. So you're going to type in 849 minus 0.4%, and you get 33.96. So you put 33.96. And now next section you have is your fees for the brokerages, listing agent fees and the seller agent fees. So in this example, they're paying 4% total. They're saying 4% total, and usually it's half and half, 50-50. So 2% goes to the listing, and 2% goes to the buying, which is the selling agent, right? So you get to 849 minus 2%, 16,980. So 16,980, and the same amount goes for the selling or the buyer's agent, right? 2%, 2%. And average attorney fees, for your knowledge as realtor, you should know that it can range from $800, as low as $800, all the way up to $1,500 or $2,000. But $1,200 is what our attorney charges Richard, and we would usually put $1,200 here. Okay, and now once you have this, everything else filled out, in order to get to the estimate takeaway amount, you're going to subtract 849, all these amounts from 849. So let's do it one by one. So it's 849, that's the list price, and they have to pay off the loan balance, which is 150. So that's 699 minus the transfer tax 33.96 minus the listing agent fees, which is 16,980 minus the selling agent fees, which is also 16,980 minus attorney fees, which is 1,200. So they're gonna take home $6,660 for $660,000, give or take. And this is an estimate. We don't want to be held liable for anything, so you're just giving them an estimate, because these fees, the attorney fees, can change The transfer tax cannot. But once the listing, the list price now, let's just say this, they sell the house for 59. These numbers, obviously, they will take home a little bit more, and if they sell it for less, obviously the takeaway amount will be less. So when you're going to a listing presentation and you know your property and you can do your geo search and you can do the comps and recommend them with at least 2 or 3 different prices, you would take this template and plug in the numbers and give them at least 2 or 3 different price ranges, and they can pick which one they want to go with. Alright, so if you have any other questions, let me know. Thank you.